Yo, what's good with y'all, man? What's good? I wasn't even gonna get on this camera today, bro. I was gonna chill out. It was originally a part of my plan, but then I just had to like move some stuff around. I wasn't sure if I was gonna record, but I was like, man, I might as well get stuff off my chest that I've been, you know what I'm saying, wanting to like talk, maybe like something that y'all may be able to relate to, basically. So, but yeah, man, I hope y'all all doing well, bro. I hope everybody been enjoying their week and whatnot. Everybody been doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But I think today something I wanted to kind of speak on was like, you know, getting into like the topic of like self-doubt and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Really think that's very apparent. Like this, I don't know if it's just like our generation, our like, you know, people our age and whatnot. Just because, I mean, me being in my 20s, a lot of people being around me being in my 20s, I kind of notice it a lot. You know, we all trying to figure ourselves out. We all trying to navigate the world and navigate the new things we coming in terms with every day, new changes, new experiences, all of that. So, you know, I think with in between all of that, a lot of like doubt and worry comes in and whatnot and stuff. And I feel like it's something that we all trying to navigate through. So, because you know, a lot of the times I feel like with us, even if it's like when it comes to like trying new things, trying something out of the ordinary and whatnot, I feel like a lot of times before we get to that point, and I can speak on my experience as well. I feel like before we get to that point, we kind of just go through so much of like just back and forth with ourselves, back and forth with like, oh, what if this don't work? What if we can't do this because it is? What if it just don't go the way I'm thinking about it, the way I'm thinking about it in my head, the way I'm perceiving it, the way I wrote it down, the way I planned it out and whatnot. And it's just like, bro, at the end of the day, you just gotta do it, bro. Like, I just feel like that's the biggest thing in all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just gotta do it, bro. I feel like it's too many times where people just, you know, maybe hit the pedal, hit the gas, you know what I'm saying, on something, and they just, you know, they let off a little bit whenever that doubt creeps in a little bit, you know, whenever that doubt does creep in, whenever they run into certain things that they just didn't foresee, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're in a phase where we're just trying a lot of different things, and that's fine. We got to figure it out. We got to try certain things, you know what I'm saying? Figure out what works for us, figure out our passions and all of this, man. So, but I feel like too many times we just let the slightest thing kind of steer us in the wrong direction, in the direction where it's like, we didn't even give us a proper goal. We didn't give us a proper go at what we're trying to achieve, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like too many times I see that, and it's just something that's kind of bothering me, because it's like, you know, at the end of the day, you got to do something. You got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The day is going. I feel like you just got to give things a proper chance. You can't just like, oh, one day it didn't work out, so I'm just going to give up. Now, if it's something that you genuinely just don't like, or you just hate, you know, you can't foresee yourself continually doing on a day in out basis, something that you can't make into one of your passions, then I understand that fully. But like, you also just got to make sure that you're doing that justice for yourself, as far as, you know, putting your best foot forward and making sure that you got that set first. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that you're giving it your all before you just say, oh, never mind, I'm just gonna move into something else, or I'm gonna stop doing it, or I'm just gonna live my life how, you know, I may not want to live it right now, or this may not be what's making me happy, but I'm just gonna do it right now because that's the easy way out, or that's the easy route. And that's the way it's, you know, it's depicted for me. That's the route I've been destined to take and whatnot. And I just feel like if that don't sit well in your heart, if that don't like make you get up every day and just motivate you, then and strike some sort of like, you know, get up and go and grind mentality to it, you know what I'm saying? Or just happiness in general. I feel like that's something that you got to steer away from, you know, something that you can't let those negative thoughts consume you, is basically what I'm trying to say. And I feel like that's been heavy on my mind, just like in general, because I feel like we in a world now where we can try so many different things. Like, it's so many things at our disposal, to where we can just sit here, and it's easy to jump into different things. It's easy to say, oh, one day I want to do this, But if it don't work out, if it goes this way, then I'm gonna try this tomorrow, or I'm gonna try this next week, and I'm gonna just, I'm gonna keep flip flopping. But I feel like we just don't. We also gotta have enough patience within ourselves to be like, okay, I'm gonna get this the proper. I'm gonna be patient with it, even if it don't go the way I thought it did or I thought it would at first. I'm still gonna try to, I'm still gonna try to steer it in the direction I'm trying to go in, if that makes sense. So, and I just feel like that's the biggest thing, just making sure we all doing that. We're not doing a disservice to ourselves. We all kind of vouching for ourselves in that way, just making sure that we really navigating this world the way it's supposed to be, the way we're supposed to navigate it. And at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. It's how you choose you choose the path, and you choose how you want to steer. You choose which car to drive, type of thing. So like, I think that's the biggest thing. I feel like I see too many of us just not really pursuing our passion just because maybe the next person did it, maybe that field is too saturated, whatnot, quote unquote. And I just feel like, bro, at the end of the day, shoot, probably 98% of the time, bro, somebody already did something that you trying to do before you did it. But the biggest thing is doing that stuff, doing it in a way that's unique to you, in a way that makes you personally stand out. And that's just like something that just been bothering me lately, because like, I even battled with the same thoughts before, with the oversaturation thing and whatnot. It held me back from probably months of work I could have put in to something that I genuinely cared about. I genuinely wanted to do. And it's like, bro, you wasting time just going back and forth in your head with this mind game stuff. Like, stop playing mind games with yourself, bro. I feel like at the end of the day, you just gotta do it. You gotta figure it out. Make it unique to you. Figure out your system and just keep grinding with it. Keep going with it. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. Even if later on you figure out you don't want to do it, at least you took that chance and you gave it a proper go. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like you, at the end of the day, if you can't reflect on it and be like, okay, I gave a proper go at this situation, or whatever the case may be, this creative process, da 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 da. And I just it just didn't resonate well with me. I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't foresee myself doing it for years and years to come. So I'm gonna put that to the side for now. You know what I'm saying? I might come back to it. I might pick that back up, but like right now I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna move on to the next thing. But if you can't do that, then I feel like you wasted your time. You wasted a lot of your time. And over something that, you know what I'm saying, that you could have just thought a little bit more on, and not in a negative way, not in the way where it's like I'm going back and forth with myself on thoughts of just, doubtful thoughts, basically. You could have just, you know what I'm saying, structured yourself in a way where you're really attacking these things head on, and you're attacking it in the best way that you possibly can. So, and I think that's the biggest thing, bro. Just vouching for yourself in that way, and making sure you just got your head on straight when it comes to that stuff. Because at the end of the day, like, we only get one life, bro. And you might as well just try whatever you're trying to do, man. Like, don't let nobody else and nobody else's accomplishments do nothing but inspire you. Don't let it sit here and get you down and make it seem like you can't achieve anything more than what you're currently doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, people gonna do some similar things that you trying to do, but bruh, just do it for you, and do it. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I'm learning too. Do it because you do things because you enjoy them, and you genuinely get some sense of like, personal growth out of it, bro. Like, honestly, man, I could definitely say the things that I that's my biggest goal with it. Just personal growth, achieving my goals, and just getting to the point where I can, like, talk about it. At the end of the day, I can look back and be like, bro, I took advantage of every single opportunity I could. I didn't waste no time. And if I did, I corrected it with my actions later on. You know what I'm saying? I learned from those mistakes. I learned from those, I learned from those times where I just I probably could have done better, and I did better later on. So I just feel like that's the biggest thing, man. Making sure that we all are checking ourselves at the end of the day, because we ain't got, everybody ain't gonna check, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only people we got is ourselves checking on us and making sure that we doing what we gotta do. But you gotta have that, though. You gotta have that in you to be able to check yourself and make sure that you holding yourself accountable, and make sure you ain't BSing every day. Every time, you ain't BSing every opportunity you get. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, that was on my mind today. And I kind of just wanted to share with y'all, man. Like I said, I wasn't originally gonna get on here and get on this camera and talk about it, but I just kind of wanted to, like, shed some light on that. My fault. I kind of just wanted to just, you know, that's something that I feel like holds a lot of us back, man. We let, whether it's our parents, whether it's people around in society, whether we see what we see on the internet, like we let too much of that stuff hold us back, man. Like do things that are unique to you at the end of the day, because that's what makes the biggest difference, man. Like set yourself apart from everybody else, so then at the end of the day you can't sit here and be like, oh man, like you can sit here and genuinely say you did it for yourself and you did it because it's unique to yourself and something that you genuinely fulfilling to you. You know, so that's really all I wanted to come on here and say, man. I got more stuff planned in the future. Like I said, I want to do more with this page and not just make it about, these types of conversations, but I also feel like this stuff is important. It's very important to like, touch on these types of topics, because you never know who you reaching. You never know who needs to hear this on a day-to-day basis. So that's why I also took the opportunity to come on here and do this. I could have went to sleep for real. You know what I'm saying? I could have, said, bro, I'm not going to get on the camera today, but it was just on my mind heavily. And I just been, thinking about that, because considering that a lot of people battle with this and on a day in, day out basis. So I just wanted to share. But that's pretty much all I got, man. I appreciate y'all listening. If y'all stuck it out to the end, like I say, like I'll be saying, man, there's more stuff coming, more things in the works, man. I'm always trying to, push myself to the next level each and every day. So I hope y'all doing the same, man. But I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time, man.